seen it.
It's like all sex and violence. It's horrible. It's like violence and sex and violence and sex and violence and sex. It's awful.
Did it not seem that way when you read the script?
Yes, it did. But you know, the script that I read was by Gore Vidal.
Right, exactly.
And who actually had his name taken off the film. But actually, Gore's film is in there. Yes, of course, it was sex and violence because Rome was a bit like that.
Yes,
you know.
exactly.
You know, it was just gratuitous and repetitive, and it had no rhythm to it. It just wasn't a very good movie, ultimately.
No.
But, you know, it had a certain interior energy, and it had certain good things about it. I loved the director, Tinto Brass.
But there's a great anecdote in here about taking your mother to the set of Caligula and how she was chatting
away to the naked extras. Yes, no. What do you do? Oh, interesting. Really. And I remember two enormous gold phalluses on her because she was sitting on the set, and there was two enormous gold phalluses, and she's sitting away, you know, chatting away, looking at everybody. So great.
Was she around for also The Cook, the Peter Greenaway movie?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, that's a difficult question.
That's quite an amazing movie. I think.
That's an amazing movie. It is. It's pretty full on.
Yes.
You know.
Very extreme.
Yes.
The other thing I thought was so interesting in here is that you won Best Actress at the Cannes Film Festival twice. It's so interesting to me because it's like a different time. Now it would be, you know, you didn't go either time.
No, I missed out both times, which was kind of sad.
It's kind of sad, but also like, it just seems like from a different period because now the studio would rush you there.
Yes,
I mean,
they would.
There would be no way that you would not be present.
No, they would.
Just for the photo op alone.
But the first time it was for Carl, and it wasn't, you know, it was a little independent film, and they had no idea. They just didn't imagine that I was ever going to win, so they weren't going to fly me out for that. And then I did win, and then they tried to get me there, you know, and they couldn't. There was no time. Excuse me.
But it's quite an honor. I think it's
the second time. What was the second one for? Was it Gosford Park? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't for Gosford Park.
Madness of King George.
Madness of King George. It was for Madness of King George, which is a great movie.
Yes, absolutely. I think I was working then, and I couldn't go. Yes,
that's too bad.
Yeah. Yes, I'm really sorry I missed that because that's, you know, Cannes is sort of glamorous.
It's quite glamorous.
Yes, it's quite glamorous.
And it's genuinely black tie, which is sort of different.
Yeah.
So it makes me a little sad that you weren't there.
I know, maybe I'll never get another opportunity, but never mind.
When you first started doing movies, though, I know that in England movies are not considered the art form that perhaps they are elsewhere. I mean, isn't there kind of a snobbery about getting into film as opposed to being on the stage? You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No. I'll tell you exactly what was going through my nose. That was what was going through my head. This is exactly what was going through my head, why I went all glassy-eyed. I'd just blown my nose, right?
Okay.
And Lynn went like this. I thought, oh my God, have I got...
No. You look fine. I was just getting stepped up. I was feeling emotional.
That was literally what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Start again.
My experience with talking to people who are British like yourself is that there is a certain stigma about appearing in films as opposed to...
Not anymore. I think that's really changed. I think it used to be a bit like that. When I first came into my acting profession, it was a bit like that. But you know, the British movies sucked at that time anyway. They were ghastly.
Right.
And unfortunately, you know, when I was sort of in my, you know, flush of youth, the British film industry was seriously horrible, and maybe the odd one movie every 5 years had some kind of quality to it, but mostly it was terrible. So I didn't really get to work in film really when I should have been working, if you like, as a you know, young thing. But that's really changed now, and I think young British actors, you know, really they've become wonderful film actors, which they didn't used to be. They didn't understand it. and now they're really great and they love doing film. I mean, I hope it doesn't mean the demise of the tradition of theatre in Britain, but there's still great British stage actors, and there are some great American stage actors, many of whom I saw last night in August.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
oh my God, the acting is fantastic. If any of you have not seen it, you should.
Do you miss being on the stage?
Queue up for tickets.
I mean, the last time was Dance of Death.
Last time. Was that the last time I was on stage? I think I did. No, I think I did Morning Becomes Electra after that. Did I?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Come up here, sit next to me. Yeah, so I did, last time I was on stage was Morning Becomes Electra in London. Last time in America was, yes, Dance of Death, yes.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you miss it?
Oh, well, I mean, I will go back there very soon. I hope, actually, in the new year in England to be doing some theatre. I don't miss it. No, I never want to do it. On the contrary, I love it when it's like 6:30 at night and I'm going, I don't have to go to the theatre tonight. I'm so happy. All you other actors have to go and stop putting your makeup on, but I don't. Because it's hard work.
Yeah.
It's exhausting physically and emotionally and everything.
Well, one of the most interesting parts of the book was that you had this unbelievable year, or about a year and a half, I would say, where it was almost like at a stage, because one of the interesting things about your career with movies is that until The Queen, you were really playing more the wife, the girlfriend, the supporting part, and then The Queen comes along and Shadow Boxer, which is one of the most extreme things you've ever done.
Yes.
I mean, for those of you who've not seen this movie, Helen Mirren plays well, you explain what you play. It's even better than me explaining it.
Well, I play an assassin
who's having an
affair with her stepson, who happens to be black, who happens to be played by Cuba Gooding Jr. It's
but you're not just an assassin.
Junior being the important word
I should say this part. It's not just an assassin, and you're not just having an affair. It's like a real knockdown, drag-out kind of affair.
Yes.
It's very intense. And it's also, the violence is really extreme in the film.
Yes.
And then you're dying.
And then I'm dying of cancer as well, to top it off.
I mean, I sat there at the screening like, whoa.
It's very, I know, Lee Daniels, a really sort of wild man of one of the wild men of cinemas.
And he came up to you on the street?
He did, here in New York. I was toddling down West Houston, as you say, and trying to avoid the holes, because, you know, if you don't look down...
And you wear heels.
You fall over, because it's like this, the pavement, isn't it? So I'm sort of looking down, making sure I don't fall over.
Or you do like I did the other day and break your heel.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And I get a tap on the shoulder, and I turn